All right, we are recording. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, boys and girls. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope you girls are doing all right. I hope everybody in the world is doing all right. But more importantly, is the thing we gather for, and this is right here this beautiful cryptocurrency charts of that asset that we call Bitcoin, the magic internet money. Um, Now, we see a little bit of hesitation. We're going to have a look at where we left off yesterday, and we are going to compare it to what is happening right now. And then we will reevaluate potential levels, potential reactions, potential support and resistance, and all these good things so that we can start thinking about a strategy about how to make money, because this is what we're here for. You want to make money on trading this super volatile asset, because the more volatility it is, there is, the more opportunity there is. And opportunities are us right now in the land of cryptocurrency. And we all want to take advantage of what is happening, of course. So if you're interested, if you want to know exactly, or if you want to see how we should analyze this type of situation, then sit back, have something to drink, coffee, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi-Cola. I don't care, I'm not a brand person. But yeah, I will roll the intro, and I will see you guys in just a bit. Yes, yes, indeed. Just like Gerardo says, we left off on a green dildo party. That's exactly what we have seen. So I think yesterday I streamed a little bit later, and that was just right here on these two rockets, the rocket ship, the Elon Musk rocket ship. No, it has nothing to do with Elon Musk this time, I hope. But somewhere right here. And what did I say? What did we come to conclude? That was that actually this area, the yellow box area, was going to be our first area, potential area of resistance. Had a little bit of resistance, a little bit of a pullback. Just like I said, that was completely normal and to be expected. We did not hit the lower range, the big range of this volume node, but still, a nice little correction to the downside, allowing people, buyers, to step further, more in, and get some more longs going. And this we can identify by this huge, beautiful dildo that erected right over here. Now, of course, we entered another area that's a little bit of a problem. You could say, I wouldn't call it a big disaster. The thing is that, like I said, rejecting this yellow box could actually lead to more downside. Now, the question is, when do you confirm actually that this over here is a bearish divergence? Well, my friends, just like always, it is as soon as price creates a lower low. As long as the price has not dipped below this, then there is no reason to panic. Then this is just, a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of profit taking, and, all opportunities remain to be continued to the upside. Now, what we could do is we could analyze. Wait, yeah, no, this was what I wanted to do. Jesus, Lord Christ. We could analyze the low over here on the RSI, so we can see a little bit of a range where this, on the price action, where this would line up with. So let's do this quickly, just to see what we're at. So 49, let's just call it 49. Yeah, guys, we all love our green, beautiful dildos, huh? This is the only area in the world where men are very comfortable saying that they love to see a dildo. So, okay, beautiful, beautiful. So, what does this say? RSI level over here, this bottom, gives us a range of 58,094, and this range comes from this bottom over here. There we go, and it is something like this. So potentially, maybe I need to make this another color. I'm gonna make it green. So potentially, price could actually very easily come down, find some support over here, and then start building up further with more momentum. The real issue is if and when price would actually break below, because this is where we are going to have continuation to the downside. And then of course you wonder, where is it going to continue? How far is it going to keep going? Well, then we have to look at the next level, and this would be somewhere right over here. So we're going to do the same thing. We are going to analyze the RSI and see which level this lines up with. Let's see, 37.9. And my friends, this one lines up with 56,450. 56,000. Let's just do it like this, 56,450. And of course we want to line this one up too, because this is how I can label these things so you can see, so you can read where it's at. Okay. And then of course we have the next level down, but I think breaking this one already, we are going to see momentum really drive up. I don't expect by then to see a quick recovery anymore. But, you know, let's just look at the levels and let's see what they say. So the next level down would be this local low over here, and this is sitting at 24.4. All right, and this one has a range coming down to 52,500. Yeah, I'm just rounding it off, you know, guys. There's no need to be picky about a few pennies. Because we're dealing with such large numbers that, you know, it doesn't make a lot of difference. Now, what do we see? What do we see? What do we see? This, I'm gonna give it another color, because this is actually not a good area to be in. Potentially, potentially this red area could still give a little bit of support, but the problem is that the volume signature is really shallow over there. It's actually the most shallow part of the entire chart, if you look. So yeah, basically I would not like to be holding on to a position somewhere here in this red area. So potentially for me, if you want to look at it this way, potentially for me, closing below the red line would already be a hard deck for me. Okay, I say for me a lot, just because I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you understand, or letting you know how I think about things from my perspective. And by the way, new code for you guys, my friends, and that's WO-S SWHNB. SWHNB. Good. So we have this. This is good. It's a good start. Now, because right here, this area already has made its potential bearish divergence. Imagine that price would just continue to go up. Also perfectly possible. Which level do we need to see get broken for this potential bearish divergence to be resolved? Okay, so we are going to measure this one off as well. And what do? We are going to take the RSI level of this area over here, preferably the highest peak of them all. That would be 73.6. And then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to look for a range and mark it off with a boxy box. And this would be sitting at 61,070. 61,070. All right, that is good enough for me. Cool. Okay. Hey, Romy, how are you doing? Yeah, sure, baby. You can come and get your hair products, of course. And you can also say hi to the people on the live stream. You know, get your 5 seconds of fame. So, guys, you guys are warned. My girlfriend is going to pay us a visit. She's always been wondering what kind of madness I spread over the internet. Now you guys are gonna know what kind of madness I will live with. Cool. So this is awesome. We have this, that, and that. Now this one, maybe we want to give it another color as well. Let's make it orange. We haven't used orange just yet. Then we also want to repurpose this one, make it another color, make it orange as well. And there we go. All right, hello there. Hello there. No smoking on this. Yeah, she's smoking hot. All right, so yeah, guys, for all those who were wondering if I really made up my girlfriend, no, she's real. She's real.
Totally real.
Yeah, there she is. All right, thank you. No, no perversity on the stream. This is YouTube. This is YouTube. Yeah. I know. Love you too. All right, now all this being said and done. Okay, so imagine price tries to move up. The thing that we need to see for this whole situation to remain healthy is that price would break eventually this area over here, and then, you know, can happen what happens, doesn't matter. Then we can easily go down, even come down to this level, no issues whatsoever. As soon as we see price break above 61,000 and close above 61,000, then any kind of pullback would just be your opportunity to buy the dip. Okay, so this I just wanted to put this out there. Now let's look at the higher time frames. And oh Jesus, now YouTube is acting crazy again. Guys, tell me if you have issues with the stream, because for some reason I keep getting like error messages on YouTube. It's madness. And you know, on my end I do have a healthy bit rate. It's so annoying. Just let me know, guys. Let me know if you have any issues. So let's go over to the higher time frames and let's see if they do agree with what we have been seeing here. Well, this is rather interesting. On the 5-hour chart, there is already no issue whatsoever. So if if the price manages to close in such a posture, or maybe even let me clear all these things up first. So there we go. Okay, so imagine the price closes like this, no issue whatsoever for the 5-hour chart. The price pushes further down, then we are just going to have continuation, lower, just lower low, no, lower high on the RSI, no issues whatsoever again. So potentially, I think having a hinge of a bearish divergence right here on the 1-hour chart is not really going to be a death sentence because the 5-hour chart doesn't have it. Okay, so for the 5-hour chart, basically it's this high over here that we're gonna have to look at, and again also this low over here forming a lower low, making a lower low. This would be your confirmation that we entered a sequence of lower highs, lower lows, and this is a downtrend. Okay, but for now, as long as this level over here stands, and that would be your 54,400, we are still in the clear. Hopefully, of course, staying a little bit higher than this, potentially taking some support, like I said yesterday, over here on this big volume node at the 57,000 down to 55,000 range. This would be a very nice candidate for some potential support. But as it stands for now, I am inclined to say that this thing is still rather looking good. Beautiful. Okay, let's go over to the 3-hour chart, because maybe we missed something on the 3-hour chart that could be more indicative. And the 3-hour chart actually shows us over here, like we said before, this bullish divergence that is already giving us this nice momentum. But look at this on the 3-hour chart. We do have a lower high versus a higher high. So the 3-hour chart is seeing kind of similar, the similar situations as we see on the 1-hour chart. But yeah, then again, it's not game over yet. What kind of references could we find? What kind of indications could we find? So maybe there's a trend line somewhere over here that we could start basing some assumptions on. Let's see if any of these do fit the bill. Something like this. This maybe could be something. Okay, so let's do some copy pasting and let's see where this lines up with. Potentially nothing beautiful. Nothing beautiful at all. Okay, so I'm not going to use this because what I have seen from experience is just drawing one trend line as resistance is sometimes it could hold a little bit, but there is much more strength if you actually can find a parallel channel that that goes that makes a trend line and a support line, like a ranging channel. Those are usually respected a lot more than just one trend line. Okay, maybe I spot something else. So again, sometimes you just have to be a little creative and just try some things out to see if they fit the bill. Um, so let's do it like this. And then maybe, now this one lines up. This double bottom over here actually lines up beautifully with this trend line, with this angle. All the rest does not really. Those two also do line up a little bit, kind of, sorta. But we're just gonna take the wider range over here. Yeah. Let's go down to the 1 hour chart and let's see what this looks like on the shorter time frame. Yeah, this looks quite possible. This looks, I think we have a potential candidate. Cool, 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 cool. So, of course, trend lines, when one rejects, usually we get some sort of pressure to the other side. Rising channels, sadly enough, are a lot easier to break to the downside than they are to break to the upside. But the good thing is that sometimes when we stay in the range of this channel, we are going to see price reach the breakout point, and then you don't even have to care about this, because over here we fueled the rocket. 61,600 is liftoff, and then we are going to break out to the upside. This is actually perfectly possible. So right now, like I said, again, it's always the same thing. It's playing the game of seeing which one of those targets get hit, and then at least you know when it hits what you could expect. And once we have all this, this is where we start thinking about our strategies. How are we going to set this thing up? Question number one: are you in a position already or not? Okay, if you are in a position, how high or how low did you get in? What is your entry point? Because for me, and this is me personally, I'm not telling you what you should be doing. Let me see. My entry position right now is at 55,200. So I would be sitting somewhere over here. Okay, so for me, basically, as long as we are in this channel, I'm very comfortable to hold on to my position. No worries at all. Breaking and closing below this green box, I might consider taking off a little bit from my position, or maybe, at least a third or something from my position, because breaking below this area over here, I would suspect price to go at least down to the next level. Okay, now if I'm already smart enough to take off a portion from my position over here, I'm still in profit. So that gives me a little bit more lenience to even wait until we close below the yellow box over here. Okay, well, actually, I don't even think that I would be waiting so long, because let me show you this. Because the large volume stops over here already. Okay, so yeah, maybe I might even consider setting a second order, or just, yeah, let's see. Depends how fast we're going, because breaking outside of this channel, breaking outside of this channel also gives you like this second warning. So yeah, maybe I might even consider closing down more than a third or a quarter of my position, maybe even closing half of it, you know. It's uh it's not the end of the world. And at least I took profit and I'm still good. Um we could see a bounce over here on the 57,000 and 56,000 56,200. So yeah, it will be somewhere around here at 55,200 that I might start keeping my eyes on the chart and then just see if I'm going to close the position completely or not. Whatever happens, I'm not going to hold on to the position below 54,600. This is already bad enough as it is. Then eventually, you know, when price manages to come down this low, what's stopping it actually to come down even lower? On top of that, if price starts to come down to the red line, then what do we have? I'm going to make a trend line so that you can see what I'm talking about. What will we have? We will have a descending triangle. Actually, a rather large one. But let's make it red so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this would be a descending triangle. And descending triangles usually mean that the bulls are weakening, still trying to defend this lower support line, but becoming weaker and weaker with every try. And eventually there is a much larger chance that the price is going to capitulate and that the bears would win. So yeah, if I actually see price come down this low, for me, I will not be holding on to any position. I'll just wait and see what happens. So yeah, those would be the levels and the areas that I personally would be looking at. Um, I think we don't need to go further than that. Now, on the positive side, what can we see that is positive and giving hope? The accumulation and distribution indicator is right now postured into the green area. Okay, we are seeing the slope get a little bit less steep. For now, it looks quite all right. I think it's going to turn down as soon as we see price actually dip below the 57,800. I think as soon as price dips below the green box, we are also going to see this accumulation and distribution indicator start to slope slowly downwards. But for now, still green. As you can see, sometimes it can slope, it can get steeper. Like over here also, it gets a little bit less steep and then all of a sudden it shoots up. It's not the kind of indicator that gives you the target where to let go, but it gives you kind of an indication of the momentum that is being set. And I think this is helpful if you use it like this. It's not going to be the indicator that is going to help you to time the tops and the bottoms, although sometimes it does get it right. But yeah, sometimes also it does not. Now, I'm wondering if it's also possible to read divergences on this indicator, because that would be actually really cool. I'm spotting something like a bearish divergence over here that actually did play out. But yeah, more often, over here, same thing, bearish divergence, like a lower high over a higher high, and yeah, sometimes. So yeah, still need to do a little bit more of spend a little bit more time with it to get more of the ins and outs of how you can use this indicator and what kind of tricks can apply to it. But yeah, this is more or less what I wanted to say about Bitcoin. Maybe we can look at the higher time frames and look at this. The higher time frames, we see the accumulation and distribution chart actually being still pointing north. So yeah, take this as you will, boys and girls. What else do we see on the 10-hour chart? On the 10-hour chart, still playing out this bullish divergence. And yeah, of course, we for the 10-hour chart, we are going to have to see the 62,000 area be broken. Now, there you go. New code for some incent tokens. Get your tokens, guys. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to switch to the dominance chart, and we're gonna have a look at the dummy dominance. BTCD, yep, that's the one. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Let's see what is happening. So yeah, a little bit of a pullback of the dominance, finding some support on this upper trend line. From the channel that we have ranged in for quite some time. Right now, looks like the dominance is trying to make its way slowly up. On the RSI, I don't see any kinds of issues. Actually, really nothing negative. Also, the accumulation and distribution is still in the red, but it's pointing upwards. So this is a good thing. And yeah, this is the dominance. For now, I would say everything is looking rather optimistically. Okay, I would be cautiously optimistic. I say cautious just because I have to say it. Um, now let's look at the dollar. Dollar. What are you doing, you mighty dollar? The Dixie. So let's have a look over here. Little bit of a bullish divergence. Obviously, it did play out over here. We do have a bearish divergence that is still not confirmed. I will mark off the areas to either break it or confirm it. And this would be here. So this is the range where the dollar is going to have to break out of eventually, whether it is going to go to the upside or the downside. It's to be seen, but if it breaks either one of those ranges, there is going to be some prolonged continuation from what it looks like. So then we finally turn our attention to the traditional markets, and the traditional markets actually looking quite all right. It's a little bit on the edge of on the border, a little bit borderline, if you will, but it's looking good, looking like a recovery. It looks like traditional markets might see some more upwards momentum, and actually this lines up a lot with what we are seeing on the dollar side of things. So yeah, I would say if right now, seeing these two charts, comparing these two charts, I would have to say that my bias for the dollar is leaning a little bit more to the downside rather than the upside. So if the dollar loses strength, traditional markets are going to be picked up. Maybe this will also trickle down on Bitcoin, and this will help our case for a continuation to the upside. But then again, guys, remember, stick to the levels. Don't go all moon boy on me, and also don't panic like doom boys. There is no point in that. Just go level by level, take it easy, take it slow, and also don't be greedy. Remember, bears and bulls can make a lot of money in any kind of market. The ones that get slaughtered are the greedy pigs, the ones who are so hungry, hungry for more, that they get nice and fat and juicy, and we slaughter them and eat them, sometimes even raw. Now, of course, this was just a joke. I thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for more update. Let's find out tomorrow if Bitcoin went up or if it went down, because this is the game we like to play. Is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? Also, remember, guys, we do have those buttons below on the YouTube thingy, and clicking the like button helps the YouTube algorithm realize that you actually like this content. So please don't hesitate. Push the likes if you like it. Also, remember, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, because this will help you get notified if and when I'm coming online. Sometimes I stick to the same schedule. It's 5:30 p.m. UTC, but sometimes, life happens. Like you see, I have a girlfriend, and I do have children and stuff. So they can be quite demanding, and sometimes I just have to change the time where I will be streaming, and I do notify on the YouTube. So just hit the subscribe button with the bell notification, and then you will never ever miss a live stream. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, and if you want to know exactly what happens after I stop the recording of this video, then you really need to be in the live stream, because now we are going to some Q&A and some requests for altcoins. Anyway, guys, I thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.